I'm going to move on to second stage polishing now. Starting to look nice now. So now I've finished the second stage, I'm going to move on to the third stage and last stage. Get this off. Now the third stage polishing is complete. I'm going to put the last little touch on these before I rivet them together, and that is I am going to hammerite the inside of the pieces. And not an essential step, it's just something I like to do because it helps stop the inside going rusty and protects your garments that you've got underneath from rust staining, and also keeps the sweat off the metal, which helps prolong its life and keep it looking nicer for longer. So the last piece of the project is obviously nailing all the pieces together, or riveting it together. And for that we need a few, not too many tools, but a few. So the first, this is a tinner's rivet, okay, and it's a solid rivet with a cup head. This is 3/16 by 1/2 inch long, more than strong enough to hold the weight of the joint, and I use them for all my joints, and actually most armourers do the same. The second piece is a rivet snap. Now this gets mounted in the vise here, and then the cup of the rivet sits in it like that, and you hammer down on it to peen out the sides of it. Normally the rivets are too long, so we use bolt cutters to trim them to size, and then to actually peen them, to mushroom the ends over, use a ball peen hammer. Now, problem with modern ball peen hammers is these heads are too short for getting inside things. Okay? Now, I was very lucky a few years ago, so I picked up one of these, which is a blacksmith's leafing hammer. Here's an elbow cop. I think you actually get inside there and actually get to that rivet with some decent force. You just can't do with a ball peen hammer. So we're getting towards the final stages of the project now. Got my we're going to do riveting up today. So I've got two pieces here, which I'm going to start with. And the reason I do this in a stepwise fashion is so I don't lose track of which bit's which. Because as I'm polishing it, you see I've actually marked on the outside which bit's which. And I'm going to polish this off with any of the residual paint that may have splodged around the front, and then we'll get on with riveting. Now, one rivet. See, actually that's very snug in that hole. That's actually too snug to allow it to articulate freely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a drill. I'm just going to open up these holes by 1/2 mil. You see, actually, once I've done this, the rivet passes through nicely and the plates can slide. Now, as I mentioned before, if I nail them together like that, then the plates won't articulate over each other. So I need to leave a tiny little gap, and for that I need my specialist spacer tool. And here is my special spacer tool that I had to write on it to make sure I didn't actually throw it away. Just a bit of scrap steel. And this is just 2mm thick. section of scrap steel. But when I'm putting these together, what it does is it just sits in, I put it in there, in between the two layers, so that when I'm nailing down on it, then when I take it away, I know that there's a little gap in between. You can see now on the first one, actually moves nicely. Here we can see. Then we have one nicely articulated knee joint. Now the last thing I'm going to do with this is actually take it and coat it with some beeswax furniture polish just to help prevent it rusting. And that's it. Thank you very much.